Okay, let's check the sound. Okay, it seems to be fine. Let's check the sound. Good morning to everyone. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Well, to be honest, it is more bearish than bullish. It is more bearish than I expected. I expected a little bit more to the upside, maybe until 15 on the green or 10 on the green, but it's already starting to, preparing to go down. The weekly seems bullish, but the money flow is in the red. Yeah, I thought the daily would be a little bit more, but if we break this, this is some kind of support. We can have a straight line here. If we break this momentum, we're going to dump down. Probably we're going to finally take out the 17.6 wall that was in June, but we'll see what happens. And I guess we can also chop around. That's the other alternative. Chop, maybe start, maybe have also some small upside to 20k to 20.5 to wreck the shorts. Okay, 3 hour. Well, it seems choppy. 1 hour also. Money flow going down. Seems choppy. 45 minute. Choppy looks a little bit more bullish because of this momentum wave, but the money flow is not doing anything. This is a little bit more bullish for me to take some long small scalp to the long side, but I'll have to check all the things I have. Now on the Ichimoku quote on the 21 minute, this is looking absolutely neutral. Well, not really neutral because we're below the Ichimoku quote. This is bearish. We can have a small pop up to 19.4 or even 19.35 and then get rejected and go down. Let's see the other time frames. 1 hour is also not very bullish because the Bollinger is going down, and we broke below the quote. We backtested the Tenkan Sen, this red line as you see, and we stayed there. So either we go up to test again at 19.4 the Tenkan Sen and get rejected, or we directly go down. 12 hour is just see how perfectly Bitcoin rejected from the Bollinger. I expected even to go to 20.4 to wreck the shorts, but we didn't. And wow, that's quite weak statement from Bitcoin. I mean, we kiss the Bollinger and we go down. Yeah, it's tricky right now. We're going sideways from a long time, and from June low, and well, we might be heading in some direction soon. Whether it be to the downside or to the upside. Now, if we want to go to the upside, we have to break these resistances. So we have to break this 20.6 and 20.5 at least on the daily. It might happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but the more likely scenario is that we go down and take out the 17.6 wall, or at least test it again. Now let's see. Okay, I'm going to the 15 minute. and I want to see pivot, MACD, and RSI, relative strength index. And okay, let's see what we have. The pivot is at 19.35, and well, we have a support at 19k. This is on the 15 minute. Let's see the 30 minute. Again 19k support, and the pivot is at, no, this is the resistance is at 20k on the 30 minute, and actually 19k is the pivot. Well, I don't know, we're really, Bitcoin is showing some weakness and it's chopping and not doing anything. What was a good position to take was this this bearish, a little bit bearish divergence here, but I think I was busy on work, didn't trade this one, should have traded. So we had the MACD and the RSI showing a little bit of divergence, bearish divergence, and we fell down, but it was just a little bit, really not much noticeable. Okay, yeah, still chopping, still going sideways here. Not much else happening. Trading in the range. 15 minute. Yeah, it's really choppy. For now I'll wait at least, let's say 15 minutes or 30 minutes to show some nice momentum or green dot. For now we might break to the downside, so it's really hard to predict anything. Now the Bitcoin price on Google Trends is, it seems to be bottoming out. As I said, maybe it's time to see finally this wave to the downside, this capitulation, and then the interest will go up to 100 most probably. Okay, so that's it from my side. Let's also see the other indicators. So actually this on 30 minutes is looking bullish, more bullish than bearish, and if we break this we can go up, but it won't be much, I guess. Yeah, let's see. If we have this 15-minute green dot and 5-minute green dot, I guess I can, yeah, I don't like the 45-minute and the 1 hour. I think it's weak. I'm going to play Inspo Crypto on chain analysis and while I have a breakfast.
Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. Yes, so I'm a little bit back after the last days. They were really pain in the ass. Oh, sorry, can I say ass on YouTube? I'm not sure. However, just remove the ass. But it's pain. It was pain. It's still pain, as you know. My dad is still in the hospital, and well, my mom is, well, you can imagine, very nervous, and yeah, I have also a sister. Everyone wants to talk, and so on and so forth. So it's, I'm limiting my time at the moment much more, you know, to the private side, and limiting it more to everything that is related to crypto at the moment. However, I would like to use this chapter much more to talk about Phoenicia. And some of you know that Phoenicia is going to be the follow project of Inspo Crypto and George Wegwitz. Some of you know George Wegwitz, that's a friend of mine, an awesome analyst, in particular just specialized in option trading, equities, and volume profile, Wyckoff, and so on and so forth. So a really smart guy, and we both are going to launch Phoenicia. And what is Phoenicia? Well, Phoenicia is going to be the crypto project. Why? Because it's going to be a big one. Let us start a little bit. I mean, we will start to release some informations. The Phoenicia Twitter account is already done, but not active yet. So we will start when I get a green light to release and to publish the roadmap for the next 2 years. So just to start, we will start with Phoenicia Hub, Phoenicia Academy, and afterwards we will go further with Phoenicia Finance. And the best thing is, before I start to explain what is Phoenicia Hub and so on and so forth, I have an IT company in Germany, and my CEO, we had a nice talk, and he can guarantee us that Phoenicia Hub and the basic of Phoenicia Academy will be done end of the year. Maybe it takes a little bit more for Phoenicia Academy, because Phoenicia Academy, it's, you know, we need to introduce all tutorial videos and so on and so forth. But at the moment, we estimate to be done in January. So the Phoenicia Hub even before, so end of the year, and then afterwards, few weeks later, we will release the Phoenicia Academy. So what is the hub? What is the academy? That's a great question. Let me explain you. Phoenicia Hub is going to be the website where we will, well, introduce ourselves. So who is George Wegwitz, his background, and who is Inspo Crypto. Also to introduce the CEO, and at the same time, we will also provide some informations in general, some informations about Phoenicia philosophy, vision, and goal. We will provide the roadmap there, so we will talk about what is going to happen with Phoenicia in the next few months and even the next 2 years. And that's it. That will be Phoenicia Hub. Of course, you can access Phoenicia Academy and Phoenicia Finance also directly on Phoenicia Hub then, or just directly to their own, because we will have 3 different domains but connected to each other. Phoenicia Academy. What is Phoenicia Academy? Well, the idea behind is to create some such kind of market trading crypto school, university, college, however you want to call it. So we will provide there different tutorials, how to learn to use and to trade options, futures, how to read different metric indicators, how to use my charts, bring much more informations about that in different tutorial videos and lessons. The whole Phoenicia Academy website will be connected on a Discord server for Phoenicia. So it's not going to be the Inspo Crypto Discord server. We will have a separate Phoenicia Discord server. This one is going to be structured like a school. We will have different rooms. Of course, we will have a hall where we can meet us there and exchange informations, share charts, and so on and so forth. But if you, for example, are going to, because that's also something we are going to provide, is live workshops where George and also me, and sometimes only George and sometimes only me, will talk about, well, like you know, when you go to school, you have the teacher, he will explain you the theories, we will make some exercises and so on and so forth. So that's going to be the whole academy. We will also introduce there and provide our daily analysis. At least for George, I know he's providing 3 times in a day an ad hoc report about SPY, options, gamma, to see limitations and so on and so forth. And I will provide also more information, not only a full analysis per day, but also provide ad hoc reports around metrics and crypto in general. So the whole academy part is going to be like a school where we will talk and show you how to trade, how to see and to interpret different indicators, and so on and so forth. It's going to be a huge work, but also a very amazing project. And then we will launch Phoenicia Finance. So I'm not going too deep in detail. I just can tell you, even on Academy, we will bring some features that's really, really cool. Really cool. Just mentioning one, virtual reality. But however, I mean, don't let us talk about metaverse now. Let us talk about Phoenicia Finance. And the name tells you Phoenicia Finance. What's Phoenicia Finance? Well, Phoenicia Finance will cover everything related to crypto and finance. Means DeFi, DEX, decentralized exchange, and so on and so forth. Only available for members. Okay, so it doesn't mean you have to pay something. You need a fixed subscription, but you need to be member of Phoenicia. Otherwise, you can't have access to that. And that it's also part of the regulation context, as you can imagine. But I'm not going to talk in detail now why we are doing something and so on and so forth. I just can tell you that we want to create, I mean, that sounds very high now, but the biggest crypto project in general. We will provide you the informations. We will and give you all tools you need. We are talking, negotiating right now with different companies. They are very interested, to give us their futures and to provide this kind of services also on Phoenicia directly. So you will have just one app where you can have everything. Analysis, you can trade, you can stake, you can make absolutely everything. So it will take time. That's not going to happen in 6 months. It's not going to happen in 1 year. It will take time, because time is something I prefer to make things very well. And if it takes more time, then it takes more time. But I just want to guarantee that your first experience is going to be a wonderful one. So that's the main thing. We will also initiate DAOs, so we will and give our members the opportunity to create the community they want to have. So as you see, we have, and that's also part why I was very busy in the last few weeks, but we are starting right now. So I mean, we have started already, but the big work is still ahead. I think it was time to tell you what we have in mind. We will release and publish the roadmap in detail. You will see what we are going to provide. And yeah, that's it. So we look forward to it. I hope you look forward to it. And I think it's going to be a very funny thing. As you many of you know, I love crypto, and passion and crypto is one in my case. So another chapter of my life will start with Phoenicia, and I hope you will join that. I really hope that. That's it. That was just a little overview of what's going to happen in the next few months. Hub, social media with Phoenicia will be very active, and then the education part. That also means that all my members will shift from Substack to Phoenicia. Nothing big will change there, so we will shift you, of course, just with your agreement. Without agreement, it's not going to happen. And yeah, so we will talk, we will publish informations about that, and that's it. That was the part about Phoenicia and what we are going to make in the future. Now let us go forward and talk about what's going to happen with the market. So then let us go forward and check about weights ratio and try to figure out what will be the next move of this market. So as you can see here, very clear, the weights ratio is lifting up. I mean, even more than, well, not really even more. It's just stabilized a little bit, but as you can see here as well, it lifted up a little bit. So it's also indicating here that the weights ratio at the moment is indicating that weights are preparing a big sell pressure, and that's what happened. It doesn't mean that we are going to crash to zero, or just, you know, just to make a big leg down, because it seems that every time when I'm talking about, hey, we will go down, people are just yelling 10, 8, 4, $300. No, it just, the weights ratio is, it's very flexible. It just tells you that they are preparing a bigger sell pressure. It depends, of course, also what bulls will do with this sell pressure. If they have enough liquidity to absorb them, then you can imagine we'll have a rising volume, but the price will not go that big to the downside. So that's something you need to have in mind every time when I'm talking about the weights ratio 30 days moving average is lifting up. Because right now we are, it seems, in a price range where some people don't want to let the price go much more to the downside. And that's something, it seems, it's fact. If we check, for example, here the weights ratio 30 hours moving average, I can show you, and that's why I closed my long and just went not all in. With 50% of my funds, I'm shorting at the moment and not longing at the moment, so waiting a little bit until we are almost at 19k, then I will start to hedge, but at the moment it's not in my interest. So the weights ratio 30 hours moving average declined, lifted up to 90, and you know what that means. I have mentioned that so many times. Weights ratio 30 hours moving average that lifted up to 90 is critical. And well, that's where I started to short and to close my long, and afterwards we started to decline a little bit. That was for me, okay, we are ready to have now the impact to the price action. It took some time, but then they started, and now it seems like they want to lift up more. The question is how far. If they want to go back to 90% and even above, whoa, then I think a big thing is going to happen. So indicating they will push, they want to push the price down as much as they can. But as you know, we will see. At the moment, the price is maintaining. At the same time, we can see that the stablecoin supply is declining even more. And the only thing is that the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges maintain there. The question is, I have also mentioned that and several times, when you see such a big pump in stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, doesn't mean automatically that people are sending Bitcoin stablecoins to centralized exchanges, because centralized exchanges are noticing a lot of outflow related to stablecoins. So they need to refill, of course, because of the demand, their stablecoin reserves. And in my opinion, that's part of it. But whatever. I mean, anyway, it wasn't that big here, so it wasn't indicating we will go up to 25k or whatever. Yeah, that's it. You can see here we had a huge negative net flow just because of these 48,000 bitcoins outflows today. But to be honest, it's for me still unclear if this operation transaction was actually if that was valid or not. Maybe it's just an internal one, but that's something I really don't know yet. I didn't see any comment of CryptoQuant about that. I will check afterwards if CryptoQuant just did some statement to their Telegram channel they have. So it was just a few hours ago. I need to refresh that to see, because we had here 57 to 43 still in favor of longs. If we check now, wow. Okay, we are coming back once again, and that's what they are doing. I mean, people right now longing because they are not dumping, so everything is fine. We will go up. It's just, it was just a little correction or something. So 61 to 39. Okay, I mean, why not? Maybe I'm wrong. Otherwise, put your face, because the slap is going to be painful. Yeah, once again, Ethereum looks healthier, maybe because 57 to 43. Instead of 61 to 39. But yeah, at least we are receiving also more shorts, but at the moment more longs coming in. They are demanding more longs because everything looks so bullish at the moment. Okay, then let us go forward and check what the Kingfisher is showing us, because someone told me, hey, look at 20k, be careful, because it's a big liquidation cluster. So of course we always need to be extremely careful. Let me spin. Maybe I get the blue one. Give me a blue, give me not a red. Red wasn't part of my plan, to be honest. Okay, doesn't matter. Let us go forward and check. Whoa. Okay, that looks different. Even the volume of liquidations is declining. We had just last week 100 millions, now we have here 50 millions. But if we check, we have here a bigger cluster at 20k, and also, for example, longs waiting here. So yeah, 19k. We are very close to liquidate them. Very, very close. In my opinion, I don't know if that would make sense now to push up hard to 20k to liquidate them, or just to go a little bit more down. But in my opinion, it looks like 18,500. Here's a gap. So if they want to liquidate someone, 19,100, yeah, why not? Otherwise, we need to push down very hard, hitting 15,500. And we have a huge, well, compared related to the others, but a big, and that's the biggest one. Someone is shorting with low leverage, but a big one, really a big one. So let me show what this structure looks like. That's like a W, and that's like, I don't know. So we will check if FTX looks similar. Oops. And then we will know a little bit more. Yeah. The only difference here that this liquidation cluster here at 20k is not that big, like for example this one at 19,250. But if I check that, also here liquidation reduced. We had just also last week, for example, 1,800, and now we have 1,200. I don't know if that's a big deal. So the difference, the gap between both, but however. So also here I think 19,000. Yeah, we are almost at the price. It's showing here 19,450. It's, yeah, that's right. So to go down a little bit more to 19,150, just related to the liquidation cluster. Not sure if that's going to show us really the path, to be honest. That's it. Let us go forward. So what's happening here? Well, FTX at the moment not even following the price action. They are still distributing, so nothing happening at the moment. Only the aggregated is showing what is happening to the price action, but at least FTX is not buying it. It's absolutely not buying it. And that's Binance, and Binance is doing it. So they distributed also here, but they distributed right now. It looks like a little bit like a dead cat bounce. So we will see what's going to happen here next, to be honest. If we take a look to Bitfinex, look what Bitfinex is doing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. They distributed just before, but that's it. I mean, they are really not doing anything at the moment. And well, I mean, oh, Coinbase started to sell. That's interesting. I mean, that explains, of course, what happened. Even it wasn't that big. I mean, the CBD is indicating here 870. Well, I mean, that's a CBD of almost 500 bitcoins. That's not that bad. Yeah, so Binance and Coinbase both selling, it seems, more than buying. Let us check what entities are doing. These guys lifting up. So retailers still very bullish on Bitcoin. These guys at the moment declining a little bit, but the trend is very clear. These guys not doing anything. They are just maintaining, stabilizing, absolutely not doing anything here. These guys here pushed up, so it seems they were buying the dip once again. These entities, the market maker, I have mentioned that, reduce their balances by 20k, and that's absolutely not bullish at all in my opinion. So these guys, I have forecasted we need to be careful. Even if it looks like accumulation, I would wait. It's too early, and they confirmed once again it was too early. These guys wants to bring some pain to the market. If I check that, we were here at their balances was at 4,860,000. Then they accumulated a lot, almost 60,000 bitcoins. At least their balances rise by 60,000. Then they started to reduce their balances once again while the price was lifting up by 30,000, and then they lifted up a little bit, and then it was yesterday we had there still 4,900,000, and now we have 4,870,000, indicating they reduced their balances almost 30,000 bitcoins, so even more than expected. and that's usually not good at all. The problem also is those entities, mostly linked to centralized exchanges and OTCs and so on and so forth, are lifting up imbalances, indicating entities, market makers reducing, sending to others, like exchanges, means it's bullish. Like I said once, yeah, that's bullish. If you are just waiting for the train and you see the train is coming to you with a full speed, that's also bullish for a short term, maybe. So absolutely not. That's usually indicating they are preparing the next big move, price move, and it shouldn't be bullish. But, and we need also to be honest and say it looks very bearish, absolutely very bearish. Did I say bullish just before? I don't know. I sometimes very bearish. Well, it doesn't mean they nuke the market. I mean, these guys are distributing since a while. Distribution, if you want to distribute to maintain a price because it's a strategy that you have, I don't know why you want to acquire miners or mining companies or whatever, everything could be possible. We have seen what FTX did with Voyager and so on and so forth. So everything is possible. We don't know what is behind and what's happening behind the curtains. Only people like Sam, people like CSAT and other CEOs and so on and so forth, they are very well networked, and of course they talk each other. They know, I guess, very well what's happening. We don't know. We just see the consequences or the results and maybe the preparation of what they are doing. In my opinion, everything looks like they want to push the price again down, hitting 18,000. And we will see what's going to happen next. I mean, maybe the whole thing is to maintain this tiny trade range between 20k and 80k until November, and then let's go up only. You know, it's possible. We need to see. We are just trying to figure out what's happening here.
Yeah, right. We're just trying to understand what's happening. Some clues, some hints that we'll get where the market is heading. And yeah, as I said, it is choppy. We're going a little bit up. Okay, so we had this green dot. Interesting. I think I can place a wonk, although I don't like how this looks on the on the 1 hour and 45 minutes. Let me see. On the 45 minute it looks fine, but the money flow is decreasing really. Here on the 2 hour the money flow is just going down. I will pass on it for now and see what Bitcoin is doing. I think it's just chopping again, but we might go a little bit to the upside and then get rejected. Then would be interesting to short maybe. We'll see. Have a good day.